All right, my little love munchkins. Funny mood today. Let's see what happens. First of all, for those of you at home, get a strap, a tie or a belt or a long towel, anything works. Put it next to your yoga mat. And we're going to start by coming into butterfly. So bring the bottoms of your feet together. You want about 2 hands length between your heels and your groin. And it's nice to just grab onto your shins, lift your chest up, open up your chest to the sky. And then with your exhale, bring your chin towards your chest and start to roll down, letting your head be heavy and hang. And just take a full breath in, and with your exhale, sigh out your breath through your mouth. So these first couple of yin poses, the challenge is to do as little as possible. You want to see how many muscles you can get to relax and still stay in the posture. Feel your head hang. Feel the softness of your breath. And see if you can become still enough, relaxed enough to actually feel the tug of gravity. We start with the yin because everything comes out of this mystery and this darkness and out of the feminine. That's how all of us were born. You can think about how a seed starts in the earth. Planted in the dark soil. And at first, just like when someone has the seed of life in them, we don't notice a thing. There's no flashing lights, no signs of life at the beginning. Even if you think of different scriptures or holy writings, that's probably what scriptures means. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, we remember the first words of, "and then there was light." I've got a mat for you in the back there. Awesome. So coming into butterfly pose, you have your feet about 2 hands length away from your groin, so a little further. And then you can lift up and curl down. And wherever your body goes is exactly where it's supposed to be. So when I think about our origins, probably maybe one person in here or out there can remember their birth story, actually remember it from themselves. It can happen. But most of us don't remember our birth story. It's only something that we can have others tell us. With your next inhale, roll up, keeping your feet like this. You're going to bring your elbows back behind you. Let your head hang if it's okay for your neck. And you're going to close your eyes naturally because of all the lights. If it's too much for your neck, you can always bring your chin to your chest. Else, hanging your head back for a little bit is nice for your trapezius muscles, the top of your shoulders, the bottom of your neck. But if we think about origins that aren't just our biography, I skipped over a part. So we think of our own birth, this lifetime. We can't remember it, most likely. It's kind of shrouded in darkness still, in the unknown. But then sometimes I try on in my imagination to even imagine further back. Like, you might not know if you believe in reincarnation or not, and that's fine. But just imagine if it was so. We can imagine lifetimes ago, we probably weren't the same nationality, the same color, the same sex, and we definitely weren't the same personality. Allow your elbows to slide out to the sides. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And just for a moment before you still your hands, just rub your belly and your chest a little bit. Just a little warmth underneath your hand. Notice it might be easier to rub your belly than rub your chest area. And then let your hands come to stillness and see if you can get still enough to feel your heartbeat. So my imagination, when I think or imagine back, as I imagine that I have been many different people, male, female, blue, white, black, poor, rich, fat, thin, all of it. A lot of philosophers call sleep the little brother of death. And I often think of Shavasana as like the little sister. But in our bodies, in our lives on earth, we are constantly moving back and forth between things that are being born and things that are dying. Even within our very own bodies, that play is repeated every minute. Our tissues are regenerating and moving and changing. We're exchanging molecules with the environments we're in, breathing our biospheres. Some of the parts of our body die and are born again so quickly that, for instance, we have brand new eyeballs after just 2 days. Our liver is a little slower. It takes about 6 weeks. But everything in our body is constantly regenerating itself. Now hug your knees into your chest and really give yourself a nice squeeze. Lift up your face and kiss your knees. Thank you for getting you here this morning or this far in life or just onto your yoga mat. And then after rocking side to side a couple times, rock backwards and forwards and gain enough momentum to come into a forward bend at the top of your yoga mat. Yep, you gotta rock the booty up. Whoop, there it is. Yeah. Now take your feet hip distance apart and bend your knees enough that your ribs can touch your thighs. And you got it, Paulina. You're gonna actually take your hands behind you and just start to squeeze the back of your legs. Squeeze your nice juicy calves. Squeeze the back of your knees. When was the last time you squeezed the back of your knees? Squeeze your thighs. Yep. Squeeze your big butt muscles, your gluteus maximi. And then even take your hands in an open fist and start to maybe punch your upper butt, lower back. You can bend your knees more, Christina Leaf. Yes, let your head hang. Try it with the fists a little bit. And then interlace your fingers, reach your knuckles up to the ceiling and then down to the floor in front of you. So today, I want to dedicate this class to anybody out there in the world who hasn't had a hug in over 200 days. And what's crazy is there's so many people out there in the world right now with this situation. So in our practice today, we're going to see if we can give ourselves some energetic hugs. And if we can send our gratitude and love out to touch-deprived people. Touch is actually part of one of the things we need to be healthy and well and definitely to be happy. Now relax your hands, drop them down gently, and start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Stretch your arms up to the sky, reach up high, and with your exhale, samastitihi. So maybe you know someone who needs some more hugs. Most likely. Maybe you don't. But however you want to do it, just close your eyes and give the sweat and the effort away of our practice. Like we have a moving, sweaty prayer. So with your eyes closed, stand nice and tall. And even if this is your first class ever, you're welcome to screw up everything. You'll feel better after class. And you're always welcome back. Let's sound 3 ohms. Empty your breath. Take a deep inhale. Relax your arms, maybe a hint of a smile or a nice yawn. Inhale, stretch your arms up, beautiful. Look up as you reach up. And with your exhale, soften your knees and bow down. Let your head drop. Let's do our first sun salutation slow. So that means with extra breaths. Bend your knees as much as you need to. If you're not at the top of your mat, make your way to the top of the mat. Now with your next inhale, you're gonna maybe bend your knees more and come up to a halfway lift. So your back is straight, your hands connect to your shins or the ground. You can wiggle your hips, that's a lovely pair. Let your chest reach forward and your chin a little bit away from your chest. Now you keep this gaze forward and step back to plank. Hands directly underneath your shoulders, feet reaching back, especially your heels. Maybe you have a little sway in your lower back, like an old mattress, building your strength. It'll be more helpful to lift your butt up a little bit, so like you're a plank with a butt, because that allows you access to your abdominals. Take another full, fueling inhale, look forward, and shift forward onto your tippy toes, and then drop your knees, your chest, and your chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. Hey, baby. Inhale, glide up to low cobra. And with your exhale, relax your head down to the ground. Take your arms out as wide outside of your yoga mat. Tense your fingers, and then inhale, dramatic baby cobra. Yeah. And exhale, release back down. Now you're going to bring your hands back where they were, and you're going to extend your arms all the way in cobra. I rarely teach this. I know. Now here's the key. Get lazy with your legs. Feel it in your lower back? Not cool, yeah? So get really strong with your legs. Do you feel the difference? Take another full inhale, and then exhale, downward facing dog. So I often say don't do cobra. You can do cobra. You just really want to make sure your legs are strong. Take another full inhale. Empty your breath all the way, and then hop your feet in between your hands. It might even be a hop walk. Inhale, halfway lift, drag your chest forward. Exhale, release and bow down. Let your head drop, your knees can bend. Push down with your feet, roll up to the sky, stretch up tall. And with your exhale, Samastitihi, bring your hands to prayer, and at the end of your breath, drop your hands, and you're ready to do it again. Inhale, stretch your arms up, saluting the sun. With the exhale, bow forward, let your head drop. Inhale, halfway lift, step back to plank, and this time, inch forward and see if you can lower down just halfway to Chaturanga. If not, you go all the way to the ground, and then inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So if you're new to the practice, the sun salutation is a prayer or a bowing to the sun and everything that is sun nature. So we started with the darkness and our moon nature. It's like now we've turned on the lights, and we will kick up the energy and start the fire going. So bend your knees a little bit, inhale, fuel up, empty your breath all the way, and then float your feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, beautiful. Exhale, release and bow down, let your head drop. Push down with your feet, roll up, stretch up, reach up to the sky, and then exhale, Samastitihi, keeping your chin away from your chest. Now bend your knees low, and reach up Utkatasana. Now find the weight in your heels and see if you can just lift up your toes and wiggle them without moving your fingers. But you're allowed to smile. Find the weight in your hips and feel your thighs starting to burn. So sit down even lower. Hint of a smile for a joyful practice. Maybe a little bit lower. Can you go lower? Oh, nice, y'all. Take another full inhale, let your heart lift up, and with your exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Now either jump to Chaturanga or step to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg up to the sky. And with your exhale, bend your knee, let your hips spin open. Let your left heel be heavy, maybe even touching the ground. And then walk both of your hands a little bit closer to your left foot. Yeah. And then see if maybe you can lift up your left hand and touch the bottom of your right foot. If you can touch the bottom of your foot, just massage it a little bit. Warm your toes up. Roll your ankle. Squeeze your foot with your left hand. Put your hands back, walk them back, and then step your right foot all the way forward to your right hand. Let your left knee come down. Rise up, supported crescent lunge. And with your exhale, open arm twist to your right. Reach through your fingertips for the inhale here. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Then inhale, Utkatasana. Nope, that's not that. Inhale to center. Crescent lunge. Thank you. And with your exhale, sweet chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Happy cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, let your hips spin open. Now you're going to feel that you're dropping your right heel down. Take your hands a little bit closer to your foot. And even if you totally couldn't do it on the other side, I want you to try it. See if you can find your left foot with your right hand. It's going to be way easier. But some of us just don't like doing things the easy way. So it might mean that we're falling down, or give a squeeze, or just going into spontaneous back bend. That's lovely. Massage your foot. Imagine your foot hasn't had any love in forever. Beautiful. And then put your hand down, walk your hands out, and then step your left foot all the way forward to your left hand. Let your right knee drop down. Inhale, lift up your arms, supported crescent lunge. And with your exhale, twist. Reach through your fingertips. Feel how sassy you can be. Want to fuel this fire with something. If you're very flexible, squeeze your inner thighs together. You're like, I can't, they're all this way. No, it's a nice energetic thing. You just squeeze your inner thighs together, and then you're not just dropping down into your flexibility. And then inhale, supported crescent lunge. Exhale, chaturanga or the floor, or Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, everybody, bend your knees a little bit. Imagine you have 2 stars tattooed on your butt, and imagine that they want to stretch up to the sky. You might come up with a better way to imagine it, but that's what did it for me. I also like having a holy booty. Like, everything we do matters. Everything. Take another full inhale. Empty your breath all the way. Look forward and lightly hop your feet in between your hands. Inhale, glide your chest forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, release and bow down. Bend your knees, drop your booty. Inhale, Utkatasana. And with your exhale, take your hands back behind you. Inhale, lift up your chest. And with your exhale, bow forward, bring your hands to the ground again. Now release your hands and inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift, walk or float. Go to plank to chaturanga or go all the way to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog or any strong leg back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg up to the sky. With your exhale, bring your right knee to touch your left elbow. Inhale, stretch your right leg long. Exhale, let's try it again. Right knee, left elbow, or higher, Steph, if you want. Inhale, stretch your leg long. Exhale, step your right foot all the way forward. Now keep your hands down for a moment and reach your chest forward. Try to lift your belly away from your thigh. Get strong here. You're really just reaching your chest forward, staying low, and then feel that you squeeze your inner thighs together. Whoop, yep, there it is. And then sweep your arms up. Crescent lunge. So you want to squeeze your inner thighs to get more stability. Maybe a hint of a smile for a joyful practice. It can be messy. Come a little lower. Oh, yeah. Take another full inhale. With your exhale, open arm twist to your right. Okay, keep a nice bend in your right knee. Then inhale. Utkatasana. Why am I saying that? Crescent lunge. I just want you guys to do that all day long. Open up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, sweet chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg long, bend your knee, straighten your leg. Inhale here, and with your exhale, touch your left knee to touch your right elbow. Inhale, stretch long, bring your left knee to your right elbow again. Inhale, stretch long, and with your exhale, step your foot all the way forward, even if you have to help it. Nice, rise up, crescent lunge. Feel that you're squeezing your thighs together. Remember the length that you learned. Take another full inhale. And with your exhale, open arm twist to your left. Reach through your fingertips. Get strong with your right leg. So push your right heel back into thin air like it's a brick or a stone wall. Palms open to the sides. Look up a little, Izzy. Take another full inhale. Exhale, then inhale, crescent lunge, open up, warrior two, spinning your right foot down to the ground. Take your gaze over your middle finger. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And with your exhale, sweet chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Woo. Exhale, down dog. Soften your knees, reach your heavenly booty up to the ceiling. So it's really like, maybe you can imagine those stars at like the top of your thigh, the bottom of your butt. So as you can notice, maybe you don't, but I always can tell when Mercury's going retrograde because I can't talk as well. It's today, and we can think of it a little bit as it's a chaos cycle. Astrologically, absolutely. It lifts things up. It brings challenges to the surface. So let's see if we can be joyful and light, even with challenges. So take another full inhale. Empty your breath all the way, and then walk or float your feet up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, and bow down. Bend your knees, drop your booty. Inhale, Utkatasana. Now find the weight in your heels. And then see if you can just lift up your right thigh and then braid it over your left thigh and sit down. Make your arms into cactus arms and then just wrap your arms around yourself. Now, people in the back row, the front row can make it look like they're making out with someone. You don't have to do anything with your lips, actually. A little good squeeze. And then open up your arms. Sit in your weight in your heel, and then bring your right arm underneath your left arm. Yes. Turn your thumbs so they're closer to your face. Lift up your heart. Oh, and then now stretch your arms up, straighten your legs. That should feel awesome. And with your exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Bend your knees, drop your booty, inhale, Utkatasana. And then, like you're sitting on your own lap. So you really want to have the weight still in your heavenly booty. Reach your fingers up so you don't have to carry them. Now, if you can remember, take your arms wide and wrap your arms the opposite way. If it feels too normal, wrap it the other way. Give yourself some squeezing. It's just never the same, though. It's like asking for a hug. It just doesn't feel right. All right, take your arms out. Now, whichever leg's on top, the arm goes underneath. Yes. Lift your eyes. Sit down. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend your knees, walk or float. Exhale, sweet chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg up to the sky. With your exhale, tap your left elbow. Inhale, stretch your leg. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Do a push-up. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, step your foot forward. Now, take your arms back and just lift your chest, reaching through your fingertips, and then see if maybe you can start to rock your weight into your right foot and slowly come into airplane. Then with your exhale, bring your hands to heart center and see if you can start to bow forward and drop your hands for Ekapada Uttanasana, standing splits. Bring one hand at a time to your right ankle. Maybe you can squeeze a little. Maybe you can kiss your knee. Nearly there, Stephanie. Now, with your inhale, lift your left leg higher, and with your exhale, tap your toes down and touch the mat. Inhale, lift your leg higher. Exhale, tap the mat. Inhale, lift your leg higher. Now with your next exhale, you're going to bend both of your knees, bring your left knee behind your right knee, and see if you can raise hands. Raise hands into prayer. Hallelujah. And then release your right hand down, take your left hand to your hip, straighten your legs, and open up into half moon. Now maybe bend your left knee and grab onto your left foot. Beautiful. And then release your left leg next to your right leg. Toe heel your feet out. Squat down. Oh yes, garland pose, goddess pose. Lift your heart. If your feet don't go on the ground, make your feet wider. Or you can always roll up the edge of your yoga mat. Ta-da! Let your heart lift. Let your hips drop. So same old, happy and grounded. And then bow forward, spin your toes in, toe heel your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sweet chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg up to the sky. With your exhale, tap your left knee to your right elbow. Inhale, stretch your leg long. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, joya push-up. Woo-hoo. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, step your foot all the way forward. Now this time, take your arms back and lift up. I don't even know what this posture is called. It's like dramatic. Yeah, it's nearly like a Nike figure. But you guys are doing it great. Let your back heel lift up, B. No. Now just shift your weight into your left foot and see if you can slow-mo it into airplane. And then bring your hands to heart center, nicely done, and bow forward, coming into Ekapada Uttanasana, dropping your hands when you need to, and bring one hand at a time to your left ankle. So most of us are on the other leg. Did you do that leg last time? Yeah, cool. See if you can push with the ball of your big toe up, let your head drop. I mean, not all the way down, just down, like release it. Oh, there it is. Ichabod crane. All right, inhale, stretch your leg higher. Exhale, tap your right foot down, leg extended. Inhale, stretch your leg higher. Exhale, tap your right foot down. Inhale, stretch your leg higher. Now bend both of your knees and bring your right knee behind your left knee and come into a Shiva curtsy. Yes. You should feel kind of awesome here. It's beautiful. Let your chest lift. And then release your hands and open up, bringing your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Open up to half moon. Maybe bending your right knee and grabbing onto your right foot. And then release your right leg and bring it all the way down and come again into garland pose. So separate your feet, squat down. Oh, hi, a little close. There you go. Now, let your heart lift. It's Mama Goddess. It's not the shy little girl goddess, and it's not the crone goddess. Oh, keep that booty lifted. Now, you're going to reach your arms forward, and you're going to sweep your right arm and keeping it in front of your right knee, and then see if you can turn your palm behind you, bend your elbows, and reach around and hold hands. If you don't find each other's hands, your hands, you can use the strap that you have right in front of you. You can grab your t-shirt. Let your heart lift up. And then just open up your arms and reach them out wide. Yes. And then with your exhale, come back. Maybe adjust your feet if you need to. Maybe take them wider, Christina, leave. If your feet are out a little bit more, then you have a little bit more access there. Yes? And then stretch your arms forward. Hey! And sweep your left arm behind. Was that a knock? No, it was a bottle. Let your heart open up. Let your chest open, both heels on the ground if you can get them. And then without losing the posture, see if you can release and open up your arms. And then bring your arms down. Toe heel your feet closer together. Sit your butt down and hug your knees in. Maybe squeezing your elbows. When was the last time you massaged your elbows? Often forgotten place. Tops of your arms. And then you're going to try, actually let's do it this way. You're going to just rock forward again. And this time you're going to keep your shoulders in front of your knees and see if you can wiggle your shoulders underneath your hips. And then see if maybe you can grab your booty. It's not the yoga posters we're used to seeing. It should feel kind of weird, but you're in your own space. No one else is grabbing your booty for you. Nice, elegant hand switch their pair. And then sit back down to, oh my goddess. Oh my goddess. So one of the things I try to do with my language is I'm trying to get rid of this thing. It's very American. We go, oh, hey guys, how you doing? Notice there's only one guy here. And when I say, hey gals, it just doesn't flow the same way, so I really need to find something else. But in the same way, I'm trying to say, oh my goddess, instead of, oh my God. All right. Other side? What did we just do? Oh, it's just that one. The other side is so complicated. All right, so here's the other side. Interlace your fingers, stretch up, ooh, a baby back bend. Exhale, come back down to my goddess. Oh my goddess. Now, we're gonna try Titibasana. It does sound like, oh my goddess. But you're gonna bring your hands behind you and see if you can put your hands down flat and then maybe lift up your legs. You gotta think yes, Paulina. Yes, I would love to do that. And then most likely, you fall onto your butt. Woohoo! See, you survived screwing it up. Lift your butt up, that's awesome. That was great, B. And then, with your feet on the ground, do a little hippie dance, flumet dance, whatever you need, some, little feelies. And then hug your knees, lift up your face, kiss your knees, thank you already. Put your feet down and see if you can hold the back of your heels or actually hold your ankles. And then inhale, lift up your hips coming into bridge. Feel your inner thighs spinning to the ground. Make your feet a little closer together so they're hip distance. If it's too much to hold your ankles, you don't have to. It's all optional. And then see if you can effort into the pose so you're reaching your knees away towards your feet and you're reaching your chest back towards your face. And imagine this heavy ceiling was dropping down and you have to lift it up with your hips. You're so strong. Come on, push me up here. Yes. And then slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. See if you can feel it like you're laying a beaded necklace onto a table. Take your feet wide, let your knees drop together. Yes. Una más. One more time. Noch einmal. And gontel. Up you go. I think you all understood me. Make your feet hip distance apart. And everyone's different, but you're losing rose hips. I mean, come on. Let your hips lift up. What are you made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice, and rose hips. Now, this might be enough for you, or maybe you want a little bit more already, and you can bring your hands up next to your ears. Come first to the crown of your head, and then lift all the way up. Stephanie, I think your back bend got even better since I last saw you. Now, if this is too easy and you're kind of checking out and thinking about how you're going to make your eggs for breakfast, just do a couple upside-down push-ups. That's right. Tap your forehead to the ground and inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift up. But what do we got going on here? Inhale, tap it up. That was like tree bark. And then find your way back down. Let your knees drop together. I mean, if you're ready, find your way back down. See, I'm going for the 3 in my head. It's like obsessive compulsive. I can't do 2 back bends. It has to be 3. All right, let's do that 3rd one. Up you go. So whichever back bend was your biggest back bend, that's the one you want to go to. So don't overthink it. You want to just practice it. Do it. Squeeze your elbows together. You're breathing, and maybe a hint of a smile. Risk being sassy. Oh, yeah, baby. And then if you're feeling comfortable, step your feet closer together and stretch your right leg straight up to the sky. Yeah! And then switch your legs while you still have a little energy left. Yeah! And then come on down. Let your holy booty sink down to the yoga mat. Snap, crackle, pop. Very nice. Let your feet slide out, your knees drop together. Alrighty, you have a strap close by. So I want you to grab your yoga strap. And you're going to stretch your left leg long on the floor and reach your right leg high up into the sky. I'm not lying on the floor, but this is the position. Pardon me? Yes, I know. That's true. So you're lovingly pulling your right leg towards your face. And then you're going to pull your belly down to your back. Stretch your left leg long, if it's okay for you. And pull your belly down like as if you're like puffing out your kidneys, because who knows how many times you do that. Yes, there you go. And then lift up your face and bring your face to your knee. Very nice. And then relax your head back down. Take your strap with your right hand. You can also hold your foot if you want, Stephanie. And take your left hand onto your left hip. Relax your beautiful head down. Yes, so much better. And then slowly open up your leg to the right, keeping your foot higher than your hip. But the key here is to really reach your left hip down. So if you don't have someone who can stand on you, you can imagine maybe you can get a pet or a small child to sit on your hip. I can even feel your heartbeat here. All right, so you're going to bring your leg back to center. Bend your knee. With your left hand, hold on to your bent right knee and take your leg across your body first. Your right arm stretching out to the right. Take a full inhale. And with your exhale, just sigh it out. Ooh, it looks like there's a touch of frost. All right, now if you straightened your leg out, great. It's nice, it's an extra bonus stretch. You can bend your right knee And still holding on to your right knee with your left hand, come back to center. And then keep your knee where it is and straighten your leg a little bit so you can lift your foot up and maybe hold on to your foot with your right hand. Yes, it feels a little weird, but this is actually helping you keep your knee in. And you bend your knee more. Stephanie? Yep, I'm picking on you. Missed you. And then keeping your knee where it is, you might use your left hand. You're going to lovingly take your right hand to your right toe and try to pull your toe towards your ear, your left ear, which is often confused with other parts of your body. More like nipples or... So bring your foot towards your face. I mean, remember how annoying it is when other people confuse those parts. Huh? You should feel this as an intense kind of deep stretch in your hip. Maybe. Maybe not. So definitely face. There you go. Oh yeah, that makes it a little juicier, doesn't it? I'm not going to make you cry. And then stretch your right leg straight up again with your strap or your hands. Pull your right leg towards your face. Lift up your face. Float your left leg. And then see if you can keep your knees and your face right where they are. Yes. And then relax down. Now just check in. We didn't do a real long version of this, so maybe your legs are still the same length. But most likely, your right leg is longer. Oh, no. So let's do the other side. Grab your strap. Take it to the bottom of your left leg, foot. That's what's at the bottom of your leg. And then reach your leg to your face and your face to your leg. You maybe kiss your knee just if you can. Why not? Yeah, baby. Maybe you're just blowing kisses this morning. And then relax your head and shoulders down. Change the grip to your left hand. Take your right hand to your hip. Imagine you can actually hold yourself down. It's really hard. And then sweep, let your left leg go to your left, keeping it higher than your hip. So maybe it's on the ground, most likely not quite. Oh. It didn't hurt, did it? No. It might tickle. No. It's hard to hold them now. I know. Yeah. Life's hard. Life is so hard. But imagine if we really did have it in our nature that we knew that we were reincarnating. This is like this try. You screw it up, you get to try again. It's one of the spiritual laws. The law of repeated opportunity. And you'll have it a lot of times before, you big retry. And then bring your left leg back to center. So if you're not so flexible, it's really nice to bend your knee here and then take your bent left knee twisting onto your right side. So you can hold your bent knee with your right hand if it feels good, or you can just have your leg straight with the strap. So try to bring your leg up so it's above your hip. Yeah. But on a little scale of things, have you ever felt this? You go to bed and you're just all mixed up and don't know how you're gonna solve the problems you have or how you're gonna change the feelings you have. And you go to sleep and you wake up and you have a different idea. You feel differently. You might even have insight or a solution, but most likely there's a little bit of a reset. There's something that happens when we fall asleep, when we are not awake and conscious. We are able to receive help in so many more ways. Like in our body, when we are under a full anesthetic, which means like you're going to get an operation or something, your body's way more flexible. Now, in your wakefulness, come back to center, bend your knee if it isn't already. And keeping your knee where it is, lift your foot up, and you're going to pull on the bottom of your foot like your knee's coming into your armpits with your head relaxed. Beautiful. And then comes this weird move. So remember, notice mentally just locate your right ear. And then keeping your knee where it is. You even can use your left hand on your knee to help you keep it there. Take your right finger to your big toe on your left foot and pull your foot to your right ear. It's more like relax your head. So when our body is asleep, so to say, we're more flexible than when we're awake, which means that in our wakefulness, we put limits on ourselves that might not actually just be physical. Johnny Cass calls this the mother of all hip openers. So if you're not feeling it, then you maybe need to really think about where your ear is. Yep, Izzy, you've nearly got it in there. Yes! But you're not supposed to put anything in. What is it, bigger than your elbow, smaller than your elbow in your ear? All right. And now stretch your left leg up to the sky. Pull your left leg towards you. Lift up your face. Float your right leg. Bring your face to your knee, and then see if you can let go of the strap without falling down. And then relax down to the ground. And then see if your legs are the same length. If they're not, we just have to keep going back and forth, back and forth. Now, take your feet out a little wider. Take your arms out like you're about to make a snow angel. With your inhale, push your whole body into the ground, and with your exhale, relax. Inhale, squeeze all the muscles you can, and with your exhale, relax. And find your way to Shavasana. What? It was so quick. Let the ground hold you. Cover yourself if you have something. With your next inhale, invite your breath to the edges of your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and your face and your nose. Maybe stretch your body long and then curl on into a ball. Coming on to your right-hand side or your left-hand side. Come on to your side. And just take a moment and feel the vibrancy and vitality in you. And know that that's the life force that we all share. Help yourself up. Come into a comfortable seated position. Maybe think of someone specifically who you want to dedicate some love to, or just all of those hugless people who need some physical affection for sure. But let's sound one Om. Empty your breath. Take a deep inhale. Bring your prayer hands to your third eye. Invite the divine light. And as we bow forward together, we say, Namaste. And so much love, and you're not alone. And then maybe wave to the camera if you might know some lovely yipsters or friends.